Hello and welcome. I'm Johnny and this is Anime Casuals, and this is going to be an episode of my punishment anime from an earlier video that we did where we played a bad character description game and I lost. And Laki won, and the punishment anime he assigned me was Yosuga no Sora, in Solitude Where We Are Least Alone, which, I don't know, is actually kind of a clever title because in the end, that's all the main characters really want, is to be alone, but with each other. To talk about the anime, it is about, well, this brother and sister trying to deal with the feelings that they have for each other. They both have very different ways of going about this. I mean, for instance, the main character, Haru, or the main male character, I guess I should say, his technique is to go to school and meet up with all of his childhood friends, at least the women, and beg them. Yeah. He just goes around and he fucks that one, and has just a grand old time, just going around, just checking things out. Meanwhile, his sister is at home, just not doing anything. She sits at home being really bored, and honestly, it's probably the worst thing for her because she's just thinking about her brother, and that's not good. That's one thing I should preface. There's a fair amount of incest in this anime. By that, I mean, there's a good amount in the first episode, and then there's a good amount in the last 3 episodes.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. Oh. Hi there. I'm Lucky from Anime Casuals. I just wanted to take a moment out of Johnny's video to remind you that if you're one of those people who look at your sister and or brother and say, wow, I want that ass, you're not alone. In nearly every fucking anime, there is usually somebody with a brother and or sister complex who's just like you. We here at Anime Casuals want to remind you that you guys have a place where you belong, and that's jail.
I'm going to jail!
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
And man, it really lays it on thick in those 2 sections of the anime. Everything in between is actually pretty normal, I guess, for the most part. It's just a normal harem anime, but the guys got it way too easy. As far as main characters, we have his childhood neighbor now, his friend. He mostly just tries to egg on Haru about how hot his sister is, which, you know, is great for the main character, who's trying not to get with his sister. A rich girl who has the classic backstory of, yeah, I'm the rich girl who's kind of misunderstood and really proper, and I know how to play an instrument, and I just want my father's approval. Wah. And she's got, you know, her own posse in a way. She's got a maid, but she's really great. So like, there's the main series, and then there's, at the end of the series, there's a little 5-minute blurb episode that she does every episode, and it's, honestly, I ended up watching the show more excited for those. Well, I'll explain that in a little bit. Also with the rich girl is the shrine maiden. You know, she's sweet. She has a complicated relationship with the rich girl, and then there's a class representative, and she really doesn't matter at all. She shows up a little bit in the beginning, sprinkled in there in the middle, and then at the end, she kind of shows up as a bigger threat in that she discovers our main characters, the brother and sister, you know, doing the do. As far as what this anime consists of, it's an anime that tries to take itself seriously, I feel like, or maybe it's not. I don't know. I can't really tell. Granted, if this had a little bit of different subject matter, this could have been a For the Fans video as well, just because there is a fair amount of breastises in this anime. Let me tell you, I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like there is titty in at least every episode. Man, I don't know how this guy does it, but he goes around and he's able to get with all the chicks in his like friend group, which I think is like half the class, to be honest, because he first gets with, I think it's the rich girl, but they have the weirdest relationship in that they go from 0 to 60, they bang, and then I don't know what happens. They just drop off completely. Then, you know, episode later, he gets with the shrine maiden, and that's a whole nother bag of things. But then he moves on to now his neighbor friend who actually semi-raped him as a child, but, you know, he didn't really say no. It was just, he didn't know what was going on, and she was like, oh, whoops, I got carried away. Because she has also a troubled backstory, home life. After now, he goes to his sister. For whatever reason, he can't get her out of his mind. You know, once that happens, you know, she stops becoming all like sad and, oh, I'm so bored at home, I guess I should just diddle myself to my brother, huh? And then becomes all very nice and, you know, making him breakfast naked and trying to do all these crazy things for him. It's kind of ridiculous. After they get discovered and, you know, banging and get full on like, okay, yeah, no, I fuck my sister and she fucks me, her brother.
shit! You're just coming your sister?
I knew that they had to just leave town. Weirdly, I was just kind of glad that the ending, I guess, made sense, because that's actually what happened. They say, well, we can't stay here. I guess we should go somewhere else where no one's gonna find us, and that's it. The other kids, their friends, are just left there like, all right, see ya. I mentioned that there's a secondary season, and that one is probably my favorite only because it's much more fun. It's much more just energetic. And like I said, I don't know, I can't tell if this series is just taking itself too seriously or if it knows exactly what it's doing and it's trying to be serious in a really just stupid and funny way. I really can't tell. But this secondary series is always really fun because it gives this maid who we only see like 3 or 4 times in the series, not for longer than a minute. She gets her own kind of adventure in series. I was looking forward to that a little bit more than the actual anime. Yeah, that was my punishment anime. It was definitely a surprise. I thought there was gonna be way more incest. Not that I was wanting it, but you know, I feel like Lucky hyped up the incest a little bit too much. Anyway, it was really good for fan service in that way, so it was only so much of a punishment anime, I guess. I just, you know, I block out the first and last parts of the anime and I'm good, you know? I get all that nice fan service. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to check out some of the other stuff we have, you know how to use a computer. I believe in you. I trust you. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you later.